Hey there, Lauren Gill here, coming at you from beautiful sunny Florida, and today I'm just on my way to go get my coffee, but there was something I really wanted to share with you, and it's probably a question and the reason why you are here watching this video right now, and that is, how can I change my life? That's something that I've looking back on right now as to where I used to be and where I'm at now, and I had that question, how can I change my life? I'd gotten to a point where things were completely broken and gone, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go, what was going to happen next to me. So, I got to that point where I was asking, how can I change my life? Now, what I'm happy to report is that through much work and learning, I was able to change my life. I was able to change my position from where I used to be to where I am at now. And that's something that I believe that anybody can do if they do the right techniques, that they will look at the things in different light and change the way that they're thinking. You see, I came from a background where there was a lot of abuse. Suffice it to say, I ended up thinking that there was nothing that I would ever be able to do, that I was never going to make anything of myself, that really I was a failure, and that there was no chance for me to change my life. It got to a point, though, where it was either I had to change my life or I was going to become homeless, broke, and really just a waste of life. And so I decided to really search out, how can I change my life? What can I make that's going to make these changes for me to take me from where I have been? And one thing that I did realize was that there had been people who had a whole lot worse situations than I had had, and yet had moved much further in life. For instance, you look back at some of the greatest people, like for instance, Helen Keller, who was blind and deaf, and yet she's well known even to this day as one of the greatest communicators ever. And how does somebody who's blind and deaf become a great communicator? Well, they overcame their obstacles. And part of that was through her teacher, who helped her believe in herself. You see, really everything is in our minds. Before her teacher came, she was, just completely frustrated, and no one thought anything of her. But her teacher believed in her and helped her, you see. And that started to retrain that mind. And that's the biggest thing that we ever have, is our mind, and how we look at things and how we believe things and what we can do on ourselves. So I started to look at that and go, okay, these are things that I need, but I'm looking at a lot of what these people are saying, and to me it's just stupid. It's not going to apply to me. My circumstances are in such a way that it will never work. I kept putting myself down. Lauren, you're not a great speaker. Lauren, you can't do these things. Lauren, you're just not going to be able to make it. And you know what? These were all self-defeating. All things that were going to keep me from being who I could be, and all the things that were keeping me from changing my life. So I want to help you by reminding you first and foremost that you are the only one that can keep yourself from making those changes. It doesn't matter what anyone else says outside of you, it's what you believe of yourself. But in order to do that, you need to retrain your brain. You need to get a brain trick that's going to help you go beyond that, because you've probably heard people say all your life things that have put you down, and you believe those about yourself, and you think that that's the way you are, and you perceive yourself in those ways. And that's really not the truth. That's not the way you are. So I'm going to keep, in the description down below here of this video, I'm going to go ahead and put some of the books or training materials, links there, that have personally helped me go from where I used to be to now being able to, retire very soon in life, and just, completely change from being a grouch, sad person, a person who didn't think that they were going to ever amount to something, to now really living an abundant life in a beautiful world. So these are things that you can do, and I'm going to also show you, there's one video that really kind of was the thing that clicked for me, that, made me realize that I am going to be able to make it, that I am going to be able to hear these things and change. So it's basically like a brain trick. It's what someone else did who was, probably in a way worse situation than I was at the time, and yet they were able to make that change. And it was because of them sharing that I got to where I was today. So these are things that you can do as well. And what I want you to do is go ahead and click on that link that I'm going to include in the description here. Click on that link now, and then fill out your information, and I'm going to send you a copy of that free video so that you can also see what has helped me change my life. Don't forget to, after you've clicked that link, go ahead and go through the other resources that I'm going to keep there in the description for you. So go ahead right now, go ahead and click that link, and I can't wait to share with you what has changed my life.